Why do Jews dance a dance of tension? What's a dance of tension? Well, you have heard of circle dancing. You have heard of square dancing. But what is dancing of tension? The tense dancing. So let me share that with you. If you have ever been to a Jewish wedding, you would see the tension dancing. Now let me describe it to you so you'll know what I'm talking about. In addition to the dancing of the groom and the bride, and the circle dancing, and the somersaults, and the cartwheels, and all types of acrobatic dancing that happens at a wedding, there's one very interesting dance that's called the tense dancing, the dance of tension. What is the dance of tension? It's when you'll see, and you may have seen it on Fiddler on the Roof. They may have had the scene. It's very traditional. And I want to really give you the depth of where this dance came from. It's a dance where a group of guys or gals would lock in shoulder to shoulder, create a line of 5 to 10 on one side, and on the other side, another group of 10 or more guys or gals locking hands shoulder to shoulder. Now you have two walls, and look what happens. The music is playing, and they all of a sudden rush to each other, and they literally clash and then run away. And then they would run as fast as they can and boom, and clash. The music is pouncing away with the tunes of joy and happiness, and yet this repeats itself. They would run back and then run as much as they can too, and then they would flip around and do the same thing, run to each other and run away from each other. That's what's referred to as the dance of tension. There is tension there. What is the tension? That you are looking at each other, you're running to each other, and you clash, your chests clash, and then you run away and you run back. The history of that dance is, it's a reflection and a message to the groom and bride at the wedding, that in life there is going to be challenges in every couple, in every marriage. You're taking two human beings who have lived separate lives until now, and now you're becoming united as one. You're inevitably going to have to find a middle ground of each one of your habits and each one of your traditions, your wants, your needs, and it's definitely a learning process. However, what this dance teaches us, when there grows a tension between yourself and you find yourself separating, you find yourself parting ways, and you're realizing that how individual you really are, and at times the tension can become very thick. You have to remember what happens next. What happens next is you run back to each other and you clash, your chests go to each other. Because that is what marriage is about. Marriage is going to be a series of drawing apart. But the dance is not over until you run back to each other and you embrace each other and your chests just clash with each other yet once again. It's a subliminal message that is demonstrated by a dance, but it's such a powerful message, not only to the groom and bride, but to each one of us in life, that our journey in life is inevitably going to bring tension between whether it's between spouses, between children and parents, between siblings, between business partners, between neighbors. Yes, tension will occur, events will occur, but we can't leave it like that. We have to remember the tune. We have to remember our wedding night, how the guests would develop space between themselves, but they didn't just walk away, but they ran back to each other in a rush, in a powerful rush. You ever noticed children in a playground, when they get into an argument, they seem to really scream at each other, get angry at each other, even cry. But you notice a short while later, literally, they are going to reconcile. I had that experience today. I had 3 of my grandkids in the back seat of the car. My wife is driving, and one of the grandkids, they're each a year apart. The older one inevitably elbowed her younger sister. And the younger sister got angry, elbowed her back, and they began becoming really angry at each other. And I knew I had to do something to change the mode. We had still a half-hour ride ahead of us. So I put on on the music a sound of a baby laughing away. And all of a sudden, these 2 sisters began laughing, and they began playing with each other like nice sisters once again. And I thought to myself, look how quickly they recovered. From a moment ago, they were about to knock each other out, and here they're back to playing with each other. How quickly that happened. So why is it that children have the capacity that they're able to reconcile so quickly? But yet adults, you cross another adult, you know how long it's going to take for that other adult to come around the corner and to reconcile? Some takes hours, some days, some weeks, some months, some years, some decades. Why is that? Inevitably, the answer is children have made a decision early on. I would rather be happy than right. Adults, for some reason, seem to want to take the attitude, I'm going to be right, I'm going to show them right, and till the end of the days, I'm going to be the right one. In the meantime, they lost a whole relationship, and they lost a lifetime of a relationship. And this is what we learn from marriage, and we learn from interpersonal relationships. Realizing that inevitably tension does happen. And sometimes we have to do the dance of tension, the tension dance. We need to realize, yeah, we are separated, but power up and run back to each other. As a matter of fact, we know it, we've seen it in fact. When people have had a dispute, an argument, have not seen eye to eye on a certain thing, but when they made the effort to reconcile, the relationship actually becomes stronger and greater. It's almost like a pencil that breaks. When you glue it together, the glue makes the pencil even stronger than it was before. So it's not going to break again. And that is so much true with relationships. In the Ethics of Our Fathers, it teaches us that a person should earn themselves a friend. Everyone needs friends. Everyone should reach out and develop friendships. And the concept of a friendship is, it's not just 2 people becoming friends, it is your souls are bonding together as well. And when 2 people meet, they meet for a purpose and a reason. The great world leader, Rabbi Schneerson, the last 20 plus years of his life, he had a very interesting tradition, how every Sunday he would stand and greet as many people as he can, and he would give everyone a $1 bill with a blessing. that they should give the dollar to charity. And he did this so that people from all walks of life could have access to him. And they can ask him anything and he'll answer and bless them or whatever the needs and wants were. Once a person asked him, why do you do this? Why do you stand endless hours? You're 90 years old and giving thousands of people every Sunday a dollar bill. And he said, when two people meet, something good has to happen for a third person. And that was the concept of realizing that when people get together, they get together for a reason, because it's for the embetterment of the world. And God, with divine providence, orchestrates everything that happens in life. And if God connects you with another person, there's a reason why the two of you connected. There is something that the two of you can do together. As the Talmud says so poignantly, that one person may have enough strength to lift 100 pounds. But when two people combine their energies together, they can't just only lift up 100 pounds each. They can actually lift up 300 or 400 pounds together. We can do so much more together. So this world was designed for us to be with each other, to lean on each other, and to bond, and to connect with each other, and to create a friendship, and to create camaraderie that is mutual, that we look out for each other. We study Torah together. We do charitable acts together. We volunteer together. Friendships are so valuable. And it is important for us, when you see someone out there, to befriend them. That when you realize that someone may not have friends, that you make the initiative so that you can become the friend. And that is the reason why at weddings they have the dance of tension. It's the dance that we always run back to each other. No matter how far apart we became, we can always run back to each other and really connect to each other the way it was and the way it will be. May God bless us all to always run back to each other, and may God in heaven run back to us, and we'll run back to God and embrace each other. And ultimately, God will answer our prayers and send us the great Messiah that will bring the end to all the suffering, the end to all strife, and the end to all tension, and to see greater and better days to come. God bless you. God loves you.